Good morning. Welcome to the forecast discussion for Thursday, December 21st, 2017. It's currently 9:47. We're about an hour and some odd minutes away from the winter equinox, the start of winter, so to speak, where we are going to have the shortest day of the year as far as sunlight is concerned. And as a result, wouldn't you know it, it's also one of the chilliest days of the week, with temperatures this morning ranging from the upper 20s to lower 30s, with a nice northwesterly wind around 10 to 20 miles per hour throughout the region. This wind will remain in place throughout the day today, but will be decreasing to around 5 to 15 miles per hour by the time we get to this afternoon. High temperatures today will range anywhere from the mid to upper 30s over the interior and upper 30s to lower 40s right along the coast. So basically right around 40 degrees, which is definitely winter-like. Now we're going to be warming up quite a bit over the next 48 hours as a warm front moves through. For the most part, that means rain for most locations, but I am a little concerned about some freezing rain for tomorrow night into Saturday morning for your northern interior, especially those of you in Connecticut. That is a big concern. Now, on the radar, high and dry, pretty much quiet throughout the day. Here is the setup. This high pressure system will be moving its way along towards Maine and then heading out into the Atlantic over the next 48 hours. While it's doing so, it's going to build south. Meanwhile, this low pressure system will be tracking towards the St. Lawrence River Valley and driving this warm front towards our Arctic air mass, or, well, more like a polar air mass. Now, for most of the region, it just means increasing clouds. Temperatures tomorrow morning in the upper 20s, and then we warm up into the upper 40s to lower 50s for most locations. But this warm front's going to have a bit of a struggle once it gets to the northern territories, once we get into the higher elevations, as this warm front will run into this cold air mass. And I've been warning about this for premium members, that these cold air masses have been putting up a little bit more of a fight than what we've been seeing in the model guidance. So I'm a bit concerned here, not for a heavy precipitation event, but when it comes to freezing rain, it doesn't take much to cause problems. So we're watching this very carefully for those of you in the Poconos, northeastern Pennsylvania, extreme northwestern New Jersey, the Hudson River Valley, and really much of Connecticut away from the coast. Those locations may see an icy mess by the time we get to Saturday morning. So here's how I have it played out. And by the way, you can go to NYNJPA Weather, check out latest ice and snow forecast. It pops right up and it'll give you the latest forecast that we have for snow and ice. Now, in this scenario, as you can see in the green, pretty much most of the major areas, metropolitan areas, excuse me, basically are just rain. Okay, it's included from much of southeastern eastern Pennsylvania. What we're concerned about is the far northern interior. So just around and to the north of Scranton, especially on I-81 here, right around the Hudson River Valley, we'll see a period of freezing rain, sleet changing over to rain. Likely by 3 a.m., temperatures will rise above freezing in these locations. But during that time period, you'll see anywhere from a trace to as much as 0.15 inches of precipitation. Now, in the form of freezing rain. Now, again, this isn't a tremendous amount of ice, but it doesn't take much to create slick roadways on Saturday morning. So definitely use caution Friday night to Saturday morning, right around midnight, when it comes to driving in these locations. The cold air is going to put up a bit more of a fight as you head towards southeast New England. And of course, that means much of Connecticut. And in these areas, I'm seeing a lot of guidance in terms of the mesoscale guidance getting colder and colder during this time period. So I'm kind of a little bit ahead of the game here. And I got anywhere from a tenth to 2/10 of freezing rain potential here, where we could see some really slick weather conditions on Saturday morning up through about 8 a.m. After 8 a.m., I have the temperature starting to rise above freezing. We'll start to break all that up. The good news is that the bulk of the rainfall with this low pressure system is actually with the cold front passage. The warm front really doesn't have a huge punch here in terms of precipitation. So we kind of luck out in that respect as the cold front moves through and we get periods of rain throughout the day on Saturday. and that's where we're going to get most of our rainfall, up to an inch in some locations. So thankfully, we're not dealing with that aspect, but again, it doesn't take much in the way of ice to create some problems. So here we have the forecast for today. Our high pressure system starts to shift towards the Canadian Maritimes, and while that's happening, pretty much light and variable winds start to take hold by the time we get to this evening. Look for highs today again around upper 30s to lower 40s. Tonight, clouds will start to increase. By tomorrow morning, look for overcast skies with lows in the mid to upper 20s. Temperatures will be rising rapidly throughout the day today, and throughout the day tomorrow, should I say. And that warm front is going to push northward, and then watch for the frozen precipitation to start to take hold Friday evening through Saturday morning for the interior locations. Now again, the good news is that this warm front is going to be able to power through, so we'll see that precipitation change over to rain. Temperatures on Friday. Now this is going to be interesting. To the south of this warm front, you're going to have temperatures spiking into the 40s and lower 50s. Meanwhile, Connecticut, those temperatures are going to be stuck in the 30s. So that's pretty much where we get our ice threat. By the time we get to Saturday again, by Saturday morning about 8 a.m., that warm front to the north of the region, the ice is giving way. Rainfall for everyone else. Temperatures on Saturday will skyrocket into the mid to upper 50s for highs. So clearly everyone's rain. Then things get interesting. Here comes our Arctic cold front. Notice what I said a couple of days ago, that the key to the forecast for the holiday weekend will be where is the true Arctic cold front and how does that interact with the low pressure system trying to develop along that cold front. A few days ago, we had that low pressure wave that starts to develop on Christmas Eve basically track through the Tennessee River Valley and up through the eastern Great Lakes, leading to a very warm forecast for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. But I had some doubts on that. Now what we see is the Arctic cold front is pushing through the coast. Our low-level cold air gets slowed down. So temperatures on Sunday will slowly fall through the 40s and into the 30s. While that is happening, we'll get a break in the precipitation. So we'll get scattered cloud cover, get some breaks of sun. Won't be too bad. Then Sunday night into Monday, this low pressure system starts to track up the coast. Now the question is, as this low pressure system starts to track up the coast, when does it become the dominant low pressure system? Okay, because you're going to get one piece cut up this way, another piece cut up this way. And what you'll have on Monday morning is a competition between these two low pressure systems here. And the difference in terms of where that rain snow line sets up is determined by how fast does this low pressure system take control. So what we have right now is a pretty good bet for snow to be flying Christmas Eve through Christmas Day for locations like the Poconos, northeastern Pennsylvania, possibly northwestern New Jersey, basically Sussex County, the Hudson River Valley, northwestern Connecticut. As you head towards the coast, you'll get a changeover from rain to snow. But depending on how fast this low pressure system intensifies, that transition will be delayed, more likely towards the end of the storm. So you really won't see much in the way of accumulation, maybe just a few snow showers at the end. However, I just want to make this very clear. If this low pressure system takes hold faster and the dynamics involved in the atmosphere cool faster, then you could have the potential of more of a accumulating snow event for the coast. I'm not saying that's going to happen right now. It doesn't look like that's going to happen right now, but I want to put that out there because that threat does exist. Why? Because while this low pressure system is developing, temperatures will be falling throughout the day through the 30s and into the 20s. And that brings us into Tuesday. Brutally cold out there, lows in the upper teens to lower 20s, highs in the upper 20s to lower 30s. Watch out for a few snow showers. Wednesday doesn't get much better. We'll have scattered snow showers throughout the region, mostly for flurries, not much in the way of accumulation. Lows in the mid to upper teens, highs in the mid to upper 20s. And on Thursday, same thing, high pressure and control, but watch out for a few snow showers. Lows in the mid to upper teens, possibly a few single digits as you head up towards the interior. Highs in the mid to upper 20s, and then we watch this area low pressure right here with a ton of moisture to work with from the Gulf of Mexico heading right into this Arctic air mass. Could be interesting for the end of next week. That is your forecast discussion for today. Thank you for following NYNJPA weather, and as always, stay safe out there.